So, comrades, good afternoon. And I deliberately ask that you all raise your concerns before I speak. And you know for a fact that this region, region number 3, and all the areas in region 3 have been various members of cabinet and leaders of the PPP have been visiting these areas, especially the president himself. Only 2 days ago, yesterday, day before yesterday, the president visited a number of communities in region 3, starting in the river coming out. And I believe those meetings finished till midnight. People were waiting and he had interaction. And canals, both canals 1 and 2 Polder, we normally meet here regularly. So today's meeting was a meeting when I heard Paul send me a message, somebody sent him that they want me to come here, the farmers' farms are flooded out. I said I will make some time to come here. I was planning to go up to Oriala today, but because of the situation, I said I will be here. So many of you who are here today would have attended those meetings that the president had. The last one, the one big one we had at the track, the Lenora track. And there the president outlined the future plan for agriculture, not only in Region 3, but across the country. And what we are doing over the last 3 years, because of the investment we have made in agriculture, the PPP civic government, that is why we are seeing the traditional area, we're seeing more production, and also we are going into new areas, what we never had before. Things like corn, soya, the high value crops, those things that we are now producing in large scale. And that will be a continuous process. But for Region 3 is earmarked for major development in the agriculture sector in the future. I don't mean the future not long from now. The president said that in the next PPP government, we will be earmarking $50 billion to do all the farm to market road. Only today we had cabinet this morning at 6 o'clock. And today we had 6 roads, farm to market road, were awarded to do in this region. So those work that we have done over time with these roads coming now on stream and those roads that will be coming in that program that the president have announced, those are roads that will enhance the agriculture sector. In terms of DNI, the DNI sector, I know that this here is a problem, this trench here is a problem. We have been dealing with it, and how we used to deal with it because of the infrastructural development that is taking place. It's causing a problem in terms of what the commerce used to do in the past, where they used to get it clear. And you know for a fact those weeds that are growing in the trench, they are coming up very fast. And we have to devise some mechanism. Now, we will try as much as possible before I leave here today. We will make some decision to see how fast we can deal with it. But that doesn't mean that we'll allow the farmers to continue to suffer. And then also, we are having conflict amongst farmers. Whilst some farmers are claiming that they need drainage. We are having some farmers saying that they own the land too, and we can't go in people's personal land. And I will deal with that. I have advised Lal that we'll put a new mechanism in place. So all these issues that you raise here this afternoon, I will try to see as much resources as possible, because you need relief. I can relate to you and other farmers. You plant your entire farm and then suddenly rainfall and the flood come and destroy everything. Right? That can happen, continue to happen. Right? That is why now we are working with a company that will come to Guyana shortly. The president has already have a discussion with them, where that company, in the first instance, they will target rice farmers, but then all farmers, where we will have an insurance company to insure farmers' crop against weather condition, flood, drought, anything like that. So that will help farmers at least to recoup their loss when you have these disasters. So I'm hoping before the end of this year, we can get sign the MOU with them. They are planning that they want to come here next month to start first with the rice farmers, but then cash crop farmers and other farmers also. We can get them, target those farmers. Now, in relation to the flooding, we have brought in already an amphibious excavator. And I can remember this trench here. The first time I came here, there was a request to do this trench, the seepage trench here. And I brought in a private amphibious excavator, and they did this trench here. I can remember right here, we were here and we walked through this dam. So I'll send back another one to do this trench. Within another week from now, we should have an excavator come in here to deal with it. In relation with the door, we'll have the door fixed. I asked Lal now to get the door fixed within when the trench is clear. Now at the back, the farmers are saying that they want that trench to be dig and we have dispute there. We'll send a surveyor to survey the area to see whose land it is. As long as it's the state land, we'll clear the trench at the back there. Here, comrade? That's the only feasible option when you have dispute. Right?
Yes, sir.
And we'll send another long reach, super long reach excavator to help. The comrade raised the issue where all those, some area in the trench is high. Right? So we'll ensure that we clear those trenches, those high part. And also, between Paul and Lal, we'll try to get the both to do back the work that we used to do before. So, right? So we'll try to do that. So Paul, we've got to get this boat very early. Right? So we'll try to get that. Now in relation to the losses, how many farmers would have lost crop now?
Everybody.
Everybody. So how many farmers? Everybody knows not a number.
Everybody planted.
Yeah, how many persons?
Well, you have some people who are not here.
So how many persons you have?
I can't really say.
Estimate.
40. All right, good. Based on any crop you're planting, whatever crop you plant, I am now instructing Nari to get back all your planting material. They got to purchase it or get it what they're doing at the nursery and bring it and give you all your planting material. Right? And that will happen from tomorrow. Tomorrow the officers and from the different part will come in here to visit the farmland at the back. Right? This mic stop work. Clap too much. Right? So we will have the extension officers them come in here tomorrow to deal with to visit the farms, to take down what crops you're planting, and within next week, whole of next week, Nari will try to get planting material for y'all to give you all directly so that you can go back urgently. Right? And at the same time, you know the government now, we have started to procure the fertilizer. Right? So we'll have the fertilizer shortly. So every acre land you cultivate, you'll get a bag of fertilizer from the government. So that, the president made that straight. So you'll get the planting material plus the fertilizer with this period. Right? So we'll work that out to get that. Paul was indicating to me just now that planting material we have to get urgently. Right? So we'll have all the planting material. No matter what you planting, we'll find the planting material for you. Right, comrades? So those are the issues that you all raise here. Right? The seeping trench, the seepage trench. You talk about this major canal here. And the excavator, the amphibious excavator started to work already at the front, right? And we'll bring in the next long boom should be here in another 2 days. That's why you bring in a super long boom. So you meet at the middle where those things is. So you don't touch the parapet and kill, you understand? So we'll try as much as possible. We'll build a smaller amphibious here. And we'll do the door for you all. So comrades, I hope that this can resolve your issue for this time.
So next year we
Right?
don't get flood.
Yeah, well.
Once it's clean, we don't
Right.
get
I can't say you don't get flood. You live in Guyana, right? We're below the sea level. But the other thing is, you have to look at the investment what the government has been making. In 2020, the agriculture budget was $13 billion. just when we got into government. Because remember in 2020 there was no budget. We had election in March 2020, and because of what the AP and UAFC were doing, we had to go wait until August. When we got into government in August, we had to pass a budget to take care of expenses that they had committed, right? And then we had to have money to do work for the rest of the year. So in 2020, we increased the budgetary allocation to $18 billion, from 13 in 2019 to 18. And today, the budget in the agriculture sector is $106 billion. And that is why we are having the kind of infrastructural development. So, whilst you are saying that we shouldn't have flood, we are investing to ensure that we put in the necessary infrastructure. In that canal here, we build a brand new pump station. We'll commission anytime now, but it starts work already, so you get the service at that pump station. We have now what we have been doing in Region 5 and 6. We are now replicating the Hope Light Canal that we have at Hope there in Region 5 and Region 6. We are building 2 Hope Light Canal in Region 6 and about 3 or 4 in Region 5. Works have already started in those areas. And now your area here, Beeline, will do a Hope Light Canal, and that will eradicate all your flooding problems. So the tender is out for this canal here, and this will be awarded shortly. And this Hope Light Canal will be drilled in 24 hours. It's a high-level canal. It doesn't work with tide. It's a high-level canal. And it can also use as a conservancy to store water during the dry weather. And then when you have heavy rainfall, because of how the canal is built, you'll have a lot of water stored in that canal. So that will commence shortly in that canal. So all these things we are putting in place to ensure that we want Guyana to be a food producer. And if we want Guyana to be a food producer, then we have to have the necessary infrastructure. And that is why we are building these infrastructure. So I like to know that farmers can produce, but at the same time we must try as much as possible to put in the necessary infrastructure so that we can avoid those things that you all are faced with on a regular basis. So I'm hoping that by tomorrow and by Monday, all these things that I am talking about should be in place, right? So that we can start immediately. Tomorrow, as I said, the extension officers then will be coming in here and visit all the farms. So they will determine what type of crop and what kind of planting material you need. When they finish that and they submit that report by Monday, I will ensure that the CEO and Nari get the planting material for you all within next week. So by Friday, everybody should have their planting material back to plant. Right? And in the meantime, by next week also, we might finalize the deal with the fertilizer so that you can get your fertilizer early too from the government. You know, the government, what we have done, this year we give the $2 billion for fertilizer. Before, when I used to come around here, even last year, people were saying that you used to get a couple pounds of fertilizer based on the crop they planted. Right? So we said that you're planting an acre or more. Even buying less than an acre, you can't get less than a bag of fertilizer. So the minimum fertilizer you're getting is a bag of fertilizer. Right? So any extension officer who come and tell you that you'll give you half bag of fertilizer, don't take it. But you may make contact with my office and we will deal with it. Right? I'm saying in front, the CEO here, they have to ensure that the farmers receive. Because they have a database with all the farmers' record. Right? And I'm hoping that we can have these things regularly. These are some of the plans we'll have. But comrades, you know also, whilst we are doing these things, farmers also have to cooperate.
Yes.
Farmers also have to cooperate. We can't have one farmer trying to do their own things and affect a number of farmers. Right? We have to ensure that everybody abide with the rules. Right? Abide with the rules, because that is why we are ensuring that we put system in place. And the system in place, what we have put in place have to work. If you are making infrastructure and building infrastructure and you're not getting no benefit, then useless we spend money. Right? I can remember I came with the president at about 5 o'clock in the morning one time here, and we built the entire roadway.
That was last year.
Last year, right? Good. Yeah. Right there. We meet them auntie, they at the road top and we talk to them. So we finished the road now.
They could tell
Good.
you.
Good. Thank the president when he come, right? He was his idea, right, when we meet him. But comrades, also I want to say this afternoon that Region 3, like Region 6, and some other regions or other community were the hardest hit communities during the last administration. You know this area here, the West Bank, hundreds of workers were placed on the breadline, or thousands. In Region 6, the same thing. You had 2 factories in Region 6 closed. And more, and the surrounding area, you got an estate closed there. So you could have seen that the last government, what they have promised, they promised what they promised. They had Nagamuto and Ramjatan promised $9,000 a bag for the paddy, people's paddy. The paddy went down to $2,100 a bag. They said sugar workers going to get 20% increase. They knock off 7,500 sugar workers. Close 4 sugar estates. They reduce the agriculture budget. They reduce DNI budget. The entire, that is why we had the agriculture sector went down so much. But we are seeing history repeating itself. What happened in 2015, 2014, 2015 is happening again. They can't use Ramjatan and Nagamutu today to come around to tell you all that they're going to promise you all. They're using other people. Other people are using to come around to try to divide us. Divide us hoping that we're going to get a minority in the next government. So when you look at the history of this country, some people were saying that the APNU AFC had been in government or was in government from 2015 to 2020. That is not true. They control this country from 2011 to 2020. You all remember all the budget where we had in this National Assembly, they used to cut it. They used to cut it. And a minority or a government, if you have a minority in the parliament, you can't run the country properly. You can't develop the country. You can't implement your program. So that is why we have to be very careful. And look at what for the first time in the history of our country, we are seeing all this development taking place within a short span of time. All the commitment and promises we have made in our manifesto have been delivered to these people for the first time in this country. For the first time. And imagine what has happened over the last 4.5 years now. We're about to touch 5. What will happen in the future? 2 years we didn't have to do anything because of COVID. You all remember we took over this country under COVID. So this thing what happened, all these development that took place were done only in 3 years span or 2.5 years span. You imagine what will happen, and I can go across the sector. I can tell you, look, cash grant, we're giving back the students their cash grant that the AP and UEFC stopped. They're getting $55,000 this term they received. We increase old age pension, we double it. We increase public assistance. We start wages, give back wages increase to sugar workers and other workers in this country. When we start out in 2020, the first thing we start out with a COVID cash grant. And we are seeing that is coming all the time. We're getting regularly now. And that will be continuous. This is not handouts for the APNU AFC attack. This is money going back to the people, so the disposable income is more now. Farmers now, we took out VAT on all the from the productive sector. VAT on agriculture machinery, VAT on pesticide and chemical, you name it. We took out the 200 tax. All those taxes that were implemented by the AP and UAFC. We abolished that. We reduced DNI and land rental charges with them raised from $3,500 to $15,000. We brought it down back to $3,500. So I can go on and tell you all these things, what we have done. We said we will give you a free education at the University of Guyana. Today, students getting free tuition fee at the University of Guyana. Students, writing CXC for 8 and below subject, they're getting free thing. All those things back are impacting on you. Not only if you're a farmer that you're looking for these help too, what the government is doing, when we improve the healthcare system, when we improve the education system, when we improve the infrastructure in public works, everybody benefit. And hundreds, thousands of roads. We have had improvement across this, all the NDCs and municipality in this country. So I think, comrades, they are bringing these people once again to try as much as possible to try to tell people, fool people. Even their own family now are going against them because of their false promises. So this afternoon, I think that we should be very careful. We should ensure that we stick to a try and tested party, a party that have experience, a party that have your interests at heart. And what President Ali has done over the last 4.5 years, I think for the next term, Guyana will take off, and every single community, not only the agriculture sector alone, in every single community, will have massive development taking place. Massive development. So this afternoon, I want to tell you, let us ensure that when we go back, we talk to our friends, we talk to our family, not to be fooled by these false prophets of dooms. Let us ensure we do that. Because if we do that, we'll put Guyana future at stake. And when we put Guyana future at stake, our children's future will be at stake. So this afternoon, let us continue. Ensure that we support progress. Ensure we support a president that have your interests at heart and a party that is committed to your development, and that is the People's Progressive Party Civic. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Minister. So I think we had a very fruitful engagement this afternoon. We couldn't have asked better. But only one thing, I mean, are your farms ready to accept the ceilings now, or you want to wait until the water gets after that? Well, we open shortly the
My name is Parvati Singh. I'm from Canal Number Two Conservancy. I'm very thankful that the minister come here today and that we could hear our opinion and our concern. And I'm so grateful that he gave all his word to us. I would like to say thanks to the president that made our road possible, because we fight over 12 years for it. And I'm so grateful that we are here today and we got our road. And also I would like to thank the Minister of Agriculture for cleaning our seepage trend that we are always asking for. So yes, thanks to the Minister.
My name is Parmanan Singh. Today the Agriculture Minister has visited me. We get some serious flood. All the crop we had at the farm dug out, like balange, pepper, pak choy, lettuce. We have some celery. We got fine leaf, mardman, all them stuff dug out. So Minister come for visit me and see what assistance he can give, right? And he promised me he go assist me with the plant them. That is very good. He said, nah, we going to take care of that, then go make certain we get back what we lost, all the crop then we lost, he could give back the plant them and so. And I want to thank him so much for doing that for me. Also, he promised me we could get fertilizer, you know, and this is very good. Because every time he promised me, he deliver, you know. He always stand to his promises. So I want to thank him very much for that we come and do here. Yeah, the Hope Canal, that would benefit me so much. That would also be a drainage canal, also a reservoir. Like the most thing what happen in here, too much water and none water at all. Right? So that would be so good. That would be really, really great. So we can get drainage from that. Plus we could get, you know, we get water back for supply the farm. And that's really, that would be really, really great for number one and number two. And I want to thank him so much for that. Mr. President is doing a wonderful job. is the one really, really doing good. With all them things we're doing in this country here, it's Mr. President really, really doing good for the country. And we will vote him back again. Nothing stopping him from go back there. So don't bother with all them drama and all who would jump up and do all kind of thing. There is nothing stopping Mr. President Ali for go back in power. And me and my entire family in the whole number 2 village would vote him back. The whole district, nobody's stopping that. He is not coming out from there. He's going back for the full 5 years. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for the good way you're doing.
Yeah, my name is Marlene from Conservancy Dam, Canal Number 2 Polder. I'm a farmer and I want to thank the President of this country here very, very, very much that we barn and grow here, and the good that he done, that we never had a road in front of our house, and we get a road because of talking to the President. I am so glad and happy to extend my happiness to you, Mr. President. I am a farmer. The things that you do, no government never do it. No president never do it for us. I am 64 years old and never have a road. As this minister come here today, the agriculture minister, I want to thank him to come and share his concern with us. That he said everybody that who get flood, he will share. He would make sure that we will get drainage. He will send HIMAC for clean the trench, and he will give us all the plants back to plant. We are more than thankful for that. That everything that you done for us, we must thank you very much. And you have the next 5 years of PPP president again. We all have to support you, Mr. President. One people, one nation, one destiny. We are Guyanese, we are one Guyana, and we are you people. People, PPPC all the way and never stop until we reach at the end. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Danwati Jagbir. I'm a resident here of Canal Number 2. I've been living here for the past 41 years. I'm also from the Conservancy area where we were given a new road. Today, I was very fortunate to be a part of this very productive meeting with Minister Zulfikar Mustapha. He has been our agriculture minister for the past 5 years. I'm proud to say that he has been one of the ministers that has been keeping his promises. We have a lot that has been happening in Canal Number 2, where Minister of Agriculture is concerned, and agriculture in general. For me, I would encourage the public to support this party, the government, and all that they are doing. In Canal Number 2 here, we have seen numerous progress. We had a new road at the Conservancy that was never there, and it seems impossible to many, but we were very fortunate that President Ali visited, and he was able to keep that promise and give us the road, which I'm very, very grateful for. The children of Conservancy don't have to pedal through the mud anymore. And the progress is numerous to mention, but I want to encourage the public to continue to support them. They are the people that Guyana need. Thank you.